Hello everyone. Government's hidden agenda. Linlithgow's statement was not an aberration but a part of general British policy to take advantage of the war to regain the lost ground from the Congress by provoking the Congress into a confrontation with the government and then using the extraordinary situation to acquire draconian powers. Even before the declaration of the war, emergency powers had been acquired for the center in respect of provincial subjects by amending the 1935 Act. Defense of India ordinance had been enforced the day the war was declared, thus restricting civil liberties. In May 1940, a top secret draft revolutionary movement ordinance had been prepared aimed at launching crippling preemptive strikes on the Congress. The government could then call upon the Allied troops stationed in India. It could also win an unusual amount of liberal and leftist sympathy all over the world by painting an aggressive Congress as being pro Japan and pro Germany. British Indian reactionary policies received full support from the Prime Minister of Britain Winston Churchill and the Secretary of State Zetland, who branded the Congress as a purely Hindu organization. It became clear that the British government had no intention of loosening its hold during or after the war and was willing to treat the Congress as an enemy. Gandhi reacted sharply to the government's insensitivity to Indian public opinion. There is to be no democracy for India if Britain can prevent it. Referring to the minorities and other special interests, Gandhi said Congress will safeguard minority rights provided they do not advance claims inconsistent with India's independence. Congress ministries decide to resign. On October 23, 1939, the CWC meeting rejected the Viceregal's statement as a reiteration of the old imperialist policy, decided not to support the war, and called upon the Congress ministries to resign in the provinces. Debate on the question of immediate mass satyagraha. After Linlithgow's statement of October 1939, the debate on the question of immediate mass struggle began once again. Gandhi and his supporters were not in favor of an immediate struggle because they felt that the Allied cause was just. Communal sensitiveness and lack of Hindu Muslim unity could result in communal riots. Congress organization was in shambles and the atmosphere was not conducive for mass struggle and masses were not ready for a struggle. They instead advocated toning up the Congress organization, carrying on political work among the masses, and negotiating till all possibilities of the negotiated settlement were exhausted. Only then would the struggle be begun. On January 1940, Linlithgow stated Dominion status of Westminster variety after the war is the goal of British policy in India. In its meeting in Allahabad in November 1939, the Congress Working Committee passed the resolution observing that the course of the war and the policy pursued by the British and the French governments, and in particular the declarations made on behalf of the British government in regard to India, seemed to demonstrate that the present war, like the World War of 1914 to 18, is being carried on for imperialist ends, and the British imperialism is to remain entrenched in India. With such a war and with this policy, the Congress cannot associate itself and it cannot countenance the exploitation of India's resources to this end. It was reiterated that India's independence and of the right of Indians to frame their constitution through a constituent assembly should be recognized, and that it was only through such a constituent assembly that communal and other problems could be tackled. The Ramghar session of the Congress was held in March 1940 with Maulana Abul Kalam Azad in the President's chair. All agreed that a battle must be waged, but there was disagreement over the form. It was decided to leave the farm and timing to Gandhi. But even now, Gandhi was in favor of continued cooperation at the provincial level. He said that he would offer the British moral support during the war but on a non-violent basis. However, Jawaharlal Nehru reiterated that complete independence for India must be a precondition for Congress support to the British war effort. Subhas Bose continued with his strong militant stand of direct action against the colonial government, forcing it to agree to the grant of freedom. Once again, he pointed out that Britain's difficulty was to be seized as India's opportunity. The Congress finally declared at the session that the people of India would accept nothing short of complete independence. Indian freedom could not be in the form of dominion or any other status within the imperial structure. Sovereignty, said the Congress resolution, must rest with the people, whether in the states, the princely states, or the provinces. It was also decided that Congress would resort to civil disobedience as soon as the Congress organization is considered fit enough or if circumstances precipitate a crisis. Pakistan Resolution, Lahore, March 1940. The Muslim League passed a resolution calling for grouping of geographically contiguous areas where Muslims are in majority northwest east into independent states in which constituent units shall be autonomous and sovereign, and adequate safeguards to Muslims where they are in minority. Like, share and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you. Bye.